Brief history of Queen Moremi. Queen Moremi of Ile-Ife is celebrated for her boldness in infiltrating the enemies, the Ugbos people, to save her people. She offered her freedom in exchange for the liberation of her kingdom. She put her people above personal desires. Moremi ajá ń sọ̀rọ̀ ewúrẹ́ ò fún mi mo mà gbà o. Moremi ajá ń sọ̀rọ̀ àgùntàn ò fún mi mo mà gbà o. Moremi ajá ń sọ̀rọ̀. Moremi ajá ń sọ̀rọ̀. Moremi ajá ń sọ̀rọ̀. Queen Moremi is a legendary Yoruba queen, known for her bravery and self-sacrifice. She was the youngest wife of Moremi, a prominent king of Ile-Ife, in the 12th century. During this time, Ile-Ife was frequently raided by the Ugbos people, who appear mystical and invisible in their thatched disguise. This mystical figure, shrouded in mystery, launched relentless attack on Ife people. Fear gripped the land, and sleepless nights became the norms to the kingdom. Desperate King Moremi summoned the Council of Chiefs, the Otun Osi, Apeno, Balogun, Iyalode, Ashipa. The king turns to Balogun and asks, "What is the situation now?" Balogun bowed and replied, solemnly, "Kábíyèsí, it was as bad as ever." A collective sign of despair filled the chamber. Otun spoke up, his voice trembling. "We are now refuge in our father's land. What can we do that we have not already done?" Balogun added with frustration, "We have done everything possible to stop the invasion, yet it's grown worse." The king rose from his throne, his face a mist of anger and confusion. He addressed his chiefs, his voice firm. "We have endured enough oppression in our land. These strange creatures will no longer take our people." Raising his hands to heaven, he called out, "O Dua, come to our rescue." With that, he turns and walked to his chamber, leaving the chief in silence, their hope resting on divine intervention. Later that evening, Moremi, the youngest wife, noticed her husband's distress. She approached him gently, showering him with royal praise. "My lord, my husband, he who owns the land, what troubles you so deeply? Sadness is written on your face. Please, talk to me." The king sighed heavily in silence, but Moremi persisted. "You have been on hunger strike for 4 days now. Is it the constant attack on our people by those strange creatures?" At last, the king replied, "Yes, of course. Isn't that problem big enough to make me go on hunger strike? It threatens the existence of our great kingdom and our people." Moremi rose silently and left the palace yard, her heart heavy with the burden her husband carried. The next day, the king Moremi summoned the high prince of the land, Ifaleti, seeking answers to the crisis that plagued the kingdom. Ifaleti arrived, greeted the king with reverence, sat on the floor facing the king, and from his knapsack he brought out sacred cowries, reciting incantation in a deep rhythm tones. After a long pause, he looked up at the king and spoke, Kábíyèsí, ikú bàbá yèyé, kádé pẹ́ lórí, kí bàtà pẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀. There is a solution. Quality, split it out. Name it. Let's hear the solution. The king leaned forward anxiously. What is it? Ifaliti expression turned solemn. Volunteer, my king. It must be a woman. The king froze, confusion clouding his face. A woman? He asked, his voice laden with doubt. That is what Ifa said. Fality replied him firmly. He packed his divination tools back into his knapsack, bowed and sought permission to leave. Unbeknownst to them, Moremi overheard the conversation. She approached the king cautiously, her face lined with curiosity and concern. Kábíyèsí, I heard Baba Faleti saying that it's a woman that will deliver our people from these invaders. How can a woman volunteer? She asked softly. The king sighed deeply. You heard well, woman. That is what Ifa revealed. Moremi said nothing more. Instead, she returned with a plate of pounded yam and the king's favorite soup. She set the table and gently persuaded him to eat. You must regain your strength, my lord, she said with a comforting smile. The king was touched by her care, praised her effort. Thank you, my beautiful queen. May our ancestors bless you. Later, Moremi took permission to visit Ifaleti. Her mind was set on uncovering the truth about the mysterious volunteer and what role she might play in the kingdom's salvation. At the home of Ifaleti, Moremi knocked gently on the door and greeted the high priest.